Hi, beautiful ones. A little bit of an impromptu video. I haven't been making videos very often, but years ago, I put a message, time of the Great Divide, and so it is, and everybody's freaking out. There's also another time of the Great Divide we're speaking of, right? Time of the Great Divide, meaning in creation. Which side of that Great Divide shall you find yourself on? The one where the replicate, duplicate, parasitic, vampiric, non-self-sustaining systems are going to find themselves as systems are being closed out, or the way that you, as a souled being, right, an eternal being, want to keep your beingness, your godhood, your gift of individualization and conscious and awareness, right, standing in your true beingness of who and what you are, recalled and remembered that which you are, like my other message said, the shiny, triumphant, golden ones, the ones who are able to make through all of this and still remember and call and be who and what they are in their beingness, not in concept, words, and deeds, not only in concepts, throwing around words of love, unity, and oneness, but truly being it in their beingness. Those ones that were able to wake up through all the midst of all this, they are the shiny, triumphant, golden ones that go down in the book of life, because we are closing and sealing an old book, right, and going to write in a new. Right, the old future that didn't play out well with transhuman and AI, and so much was lost within it. So now, to come back from that future point to this point, which is the old future, has passed, right? Which is now, all this is happening in, as we see how that unfurls. So to get in concordance with a new future point for one to stand in their godhood, which entails having high energy and being disentangled from all of this, right? And have high energy, expanded conscious and awareness. So one can find oneself not on the path that is going to be absorbed back to the old that is, and many losing their gift of individualization, right? Because creation, the hand of creation is coming forth to make motion and movement, and no more of this, of creation eating its own self and this stagnation that is looped over and over again. So there's so many things happening in this time, but that's the Great Divide we're also talking about besides this one. And as you want to wind up on the side of the Great Divide, that is the one of true creation, self-sustaining systems, right? Not replicate, duplicate, self-sustaining systems, right? That are true creation, and those that can take part of that of high vibration and truly being of heart, right? And higher awareness and consciousness and expressing an integrity and higher vibration, so one can find themselves in connection with that new future point and make sure they do their manifesting now, right? As it said, to be or not to be. Is that not the question? It is. Will one be in their beingness and their isness, part of the self, a self in the selfhood, right? Of all those that are part of the divine and a spark of the divine embodied? Or will one go the path of being a no thing, right? To be or not to be. Those things that are choosing to be a nothing, right? A no thing, as they shall find themselves to be. Or will one define and declare themselves in their manifestation of themselves in connection with that new future point, right? Because rendering the old future as old, transhuman and AI, because the new future, that is where we stand in our godhood and our beingness of who and what we are, and out of all of this, All right, so that's just a discussion for people to understand old time is one time, and past, present, future all affect each other. Right? So from here we affect our future self. From there, future self affects this self, this human reference points of reference when we're speaking of that, but all one time. And you're here now holding your light in the midst of the tsunami, which years ago I spoke about the tsunami that is coming, what's occurring, what's happening. And one should do their work, make sure they release the old energies and keep themselves the highest vibration, because it's all about energy and such, And as this crazy and all this is playing out, for one to keep their energy up, right? And I heard other people talk about so many people losing their faith and being disappointed and such. And of course, because this is lifetimes and eons, right? This looping has been going on, and who have come in to hold their light, right? And hold the light while the tsunami of change and all that is going on. So it's yet another disappointment for them, and it's hard to bear. But you have to understand the intricacy and the deception of a system that has been holding, right, humanity captive for lifetimes, right, millennia and such, right? This is going on, this parasitic issue and problem that is not only here, but has pervaded all of the body of creation, right, from eons of time back, right? But remember, we're also in a virtual reality game, and as the virtual reality, right, the technology was infected with this parasite, and so the huge issue and the problem, right, of getting the things in hand. So we must stay strong, right? Keep the energy up, right? The way the others use certain magic, we need to use our magic and stay united in that, right? And hold that, right? To hold the highest path of potential in yourself, finding yourself upon those highest paths of potential. And again, when creation moves and all this finds which way of the great divide it's going to find itself, you want to make sure that your essence is in resonance with that new future point, right? We're all standing there, Godhood. We're called and remembered, right? Out of the sleep and the sleep magic that is holding so many captive yet still. And so I'm just going to be here and I'm going to speak some light language. And if you want to connect with me, it's hummingbird1211@gmail.com. And please realize on the bottom, and all of you go back to all my other old YouTube videos, there's never a donate button on the bottom, like many may say, or I'm not making a Pantheon, because again, people have to pay money to go. All my work was always free. A session is different because you're doing exchange, right? You don't want to be parasitic and take with the energies, right? But I do many things where I put the energies out in the codes, right, for free for people so they can access it as well. But if you want to do some work and have a session, that's another thing. We can discuss that, but you have to connect with me if you want at hummingbird1211@gmail.com, okay? I'm Audrey Light Language, soul architect and energy engineer, working with energy. And why a soul architect? Because your true essence of your being is your soul, your spirit, not your name, not your vessel, not your suit, not the stories, right, that you think you are, but your essence, your true beingness that needs to be tended to, you know, and that energy to help you, to support you through all of this, right? And this is a soul journey, soul evolution experience, right? And journey that we're upon. So here's some light language for all of you, because it's really needed at this point in this time and all that is going on. So you can share it with others so they can receive it, the works I'm going to bring through as well. And to take this even deeper, please connect with me so you can have a session. All right, beautiful ones? So here we go, receive, okay, because so much is going on. So I've been moved to do this, to help bring through this work, to help support you, all right, through all that is going on. Here we go. Venuturon sedureum, venuturon serarea, venuturan viserium, venuane vinanaya, venuturan serarea, venuturan vinanaya, venuturan viserium, venuane vinanaya, venuane vinone. Se parturre che recascia. This is the language of the Akash. We don't want to read an old Akash, right? Paths of potentials from there. No. Clear the Akash, right? Take what you want that's good and to rewrite the Akash so you're in concordance with the new Akash, the new paths, potentialities from that point, right? They're rather than that old Akash. So here we go. Emenikasha kusk eskt est or ama. Emenikasha kakua sibla ut ul melanson. Televele sele mele kosh krisi. Per tutte le mekasha kakua kua. Et mais ceci mekasha ke so ulman le partout. C'est le pas partout le est ost er masai. Est ost er si te arasarma. Yanohuna. Venutuna vinanianaya, venusuna vide, venuzenuzenaze, Salapaton le lever sut usta, yetturu sutere pistelelon, baruntera. Si, mon chéri, si, c'est vrai, hoya, mahia, sahamahe. Essa. Now, I'm going to say fairies, right? Elementals touch the child, touch the heart, right? Touch your heart. Do some releasing from the heart, front and back, right? And touch that heart, right? And that child, right? So, again, all the names that I say are source expressing in that name that you're so used to, right? But I'm a divine channel, access source, right? But we'll say that name because you're used to that name, because it is only all source expressing through many names and unnameable, right? So this name you're familiar with. So to say the fairies, right? To touch that heart and help, right, with that. Ceci, chérie, c'est voix, mon chérie. Evoa, evoa, evoa. Shahoya, shahoya, shahoya. Et c'est moi, mon cher, ceci. Evoa, evoa, evoa. Essa vai mostrar esse. Essa. Okay, now again, Native Americans coming in, going to bring the ancient ones again. Source, expressing, right? We're in the mask of Native Americans and ancient ones, but still only source, right? So here we go. Oh, my hey, my hey, my my hey, my hey, my hey, my hey, conduci canduso uota, hoyete, hando, kashakunda, bahoye, sheri, sesama, turam, sesi, burra, sesi. Esse mon cher, c'est vrai, mon chéri. Esse. Essa. Sì. Vahoya. Shidabara. Barabartu. Sì, mon cher, c'est vrai, mon chéri. Sì. Essa. Again, Nate. Ancient ones coming in, help release what you bear on your shoulders and your shoulder blades, right? Again, source expressing is that energy. So here we go. That name you're familiar with. Hoya Maheya, Sohomtai. So many bearing so much right now. Hoya Mahe, Sahandu. Evoa. Hoya, Setushta Artu Ushte Eriste Ushte Irum. Bahanue. Venusona virariana, Venusona vide, Venusenoze, c'est le panton, chéris, arar, uste iste erume, ute oram, pianohoha, sawa, shama, tutu uramalon, chéris. C'est le pontu le vélo, c'est moi, c'est le vrai shroom, kasha, hoye, anahano unamahana, isoye, si, essa, si, essa, all is energy, right? This is energy. Work with energy, right? To help release and help pour in the light and help raise your energy to help support you through all of this, all right, beautiful ones? Also, many are out there. They have so many people following them, right? They're giving you messages, right? All messages of updates, what's happening. But is there any action taken in all the messages to control things and make things have different outcomes of what's going on? No, right? Instead, they just give you messages of paths of potentials, right? We have to take control of the paths of potentials and begin to understand. We're not just going to stay there, listen to all the messages that come through. We can't wait to have the next seer or someone who's giving a message from someone who's invisible in the realms. Really? The realms are not here embodied as you are, walking through this, holding your light here. All the tsunami of change is going on, yes? So stop only thinking about, I can't wait to hear the next message. Meanwhile, they don't tell you to take action and what to be doing in your energetic fields, yes, to free yourself and help raise yourself up so you can be freed of such ridiculous things that continue to go on over and over. Yes? And if only so many would get together and use their real magic against the other darker magic that occurs. So rather than just let the paths of potential that the others know how to control so well, to take some action rather than just delivering messages. See? So in this, I am taking action, assisting you, not just delivering a message for you, but action to help release and help support you, yes, through so much that is going on in these times. Action than just a message, right? Just words. Yes, I deliver irrelevant messages, but beautiful ones. That is to tell you so you can be aware, consciousness expanded, so you can take part in things to help empower yourself, right? Then be washed all around in all of this crazy and energies that go on, you know. You have to be able to go beyond the chakras, which are energy points that holds people in the system, to have the pillar of light and them all turned on. So you be the pillar of light. So you can find yourself standing, right, in some type of power when all this is happening and going on within you. You're not within you, sorry, power within you while all this is going on. So you'll be able to stand as that pillar, right? Well, the stories play out in the virtual reality, the game, the experiment that has gone awry, may I add, with all that has been birthed forth from it to have the adventure into duality polarity. And that's why creation is going to pull the plug on that duality polarity and is no longer going to have the experiment. That's what all this is about, pulling the plug on the experiment, and those ones that are not very happy about that and the part that they have played, right? So fighting for their lives, of course, all is happening and occurring now, you know, trying to show a pretty picture is all is wonderful, yet what lurks beyond that pretty picture, and so many have been mind controlled, so they don't even know what's what, you know. So anyway, this is just coming in to help you guys, because I heard that so many were having a tough time. So I hope you come across this by no coincidence, so you receive the energy that I'm gifting you. And there's no donate button on the bottom, see, for what I'm bringing, right? I'm bringing it to you because from heart to heart to help you in energy, because that's what everything is, energetics, right? So I don't just talk things, an action, energy to assist and help you. So hummingbird1211@gmail.com, hummingbird1211@gmail.com, if you want to have a session and take this deeper, right? And I work with you on that, so it can be accessible for you. Also, number work, right? But it would be a long list of numbers, a code for you to receive. You have to write it because it works with your neural networking. So this is a long list of numbers, right? And the numbers hold energy because symbols and language have been contaminated. And so the numbers are beyond contamination. So to bring the numbers in, and I'm not talking about like some people do 12 numbers, 6 numbers. This is front page, back page, right? Long list of numbers, code, weaving codes for you, codes of creation to help assist you, right? To have that new vestment to wear, you know, and then also a new way that come in very rapid fire, which are those anchoring points for that code, or in that beautiful vestment, beautiful baubles of pure light, beautiful pearls on the new vestment, so to say, or cufflinks if it's a man, right? So some numbers now. 83612, 83612, 1823, 1821, 3612, 1821, 3612, 1821, 3612, 1821, 1821, Humekima Shidaba 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 Ushruma Shidaba Shidaba Shidama Shidaba 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 Kuruma, Kishkuruba, Skuruba, Shiraba, Ushibed, Ud Uma, Id Uma, Yo today, yo today, yo today, yo today. See, Isa. Now, when I say them in your writing, we'll go nice and slow. Not like that. That's just for me to move the energy around. All right, beautiful ones. Nice and slow when you write them, and I say them nice and slow. So don't let that worry about how quick I was saying them, right? Go nice and slow when you're going to write them. Okay, one other thing before I go. I'm going to bring in for you the mother. Right? And the mother is not Mother Gaia, right? It's not Mother, Father, God. It is the mother. And I gave a message again years ago saying it is time to follow the lifeline, which is the umbilical, back to the womb of the mother. And we're speaking about the mother, which is the mother of all things, the womb of creation, first point of creation, primordial beingness, point of beingness, yes, conscious and energy and such in that womb of creation, right? Plasmic, primordial, first point of beingness, that mother, which mother of God and everything else came forth from that mother, that first point. Okay, so not speaking in any language, right? Although you'll hear some light language, right? It's to just soothe and be nourished in the womb of the mother. Okay, because these are much times where that nourishing is needed. So here's the mother. Okay, just relax through it and receive. Ismaho sheatua imehisa hawashawaoisi ismakanto asai itesu aishama ise su atu isea. Usama tu e yatoa so atu esia. 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 I have to do some deep releasing right now. Coughing. Excuse me, but deep releasing, okay? And some things that's what to do to releasing for you. Sato, sato, sato mayua, sato mayua. Ewa, 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 hoya, hoya, hummahe, hoya, hoya, hummahe. Esa, esa, esa. I hope you enjoyed, yes, being in the nurture of the womb of the mother. And if you want to receive more of this, because it was given as a gift to help you, right? Give it to others so they can just sit and receive beyond language, right? Because language is the labyrinth in the mind. No, we want to go down to the heart and the soul. So just receive in your energetic body for this to help you and nourish you and fortify you with the work that I bring through as divine channel, the wellspring to help you come take a sip, right? Take a drink, be nourished, be fortified, be strengthened upon your journey, and especially with all this going on that I was moved, right, to do this. And if you want to have a session with me and inquire about that, hummingbird1211@gmail.com. All right, beautiful ones. All right, keep strong, okay? Yes, so important. You embody to hold your light, so continue to do so. Yes, hold the light in the midst of the crazy. Yes, in the times of the great divide and the importance of where you're going to find yourself. Not only in this great divide we're speaking of, but the larger picture, what's happening in the body of creation, the time of the great divide. All right, beautiful ones. I wish you much love. Audrey Light Language, Soul Architect, Energy Engineer. Audrey Light Language. Okay, hummingbird1211@gmail.com. And please notice on the bottom was no donate button. Okay, like many have donate buttons where they deliver messages only to you of past potential things there may be. All right, this is work that is being done, a gift for you. You don't have to donate anything. You come if you want to have a session. That's another thing. Then we discuss that. It's very reasonable. And I work with people. All right, beautifuls? All right. Thank you so much. Karurasuruturum. Kurasudadi. Berudadi. Meruntunarasar tu kosturusun tedirea. Berutuna vinani yonaya. Venutuna vide, venuzanaze, venuzanaze. Shari, sa sharis. Sarte, sarte, emi sarte. Es así, así mochadas, sí, 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 esa, esa, esa. Sí, 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 esa, esa, esa. Thank you, beautiful ones. Much love.